1221 1221 solstice energy. 1222 222s 222s and 333s have been coming up like freaking crazy. What's up, Isaiah? Welcome in. You guys, when you get in, tap the screen. We're gonna do the Alchemical Wednesday live stream. We're gonna connect with winter solstice. There's been some beautiful activations coming through. Where's my chapstick? What's up, Ashley, LP, Carol, Deontay? Is it? Denite? Oh, let me share this out real quick. You guys tap the screen. Let's get some people in here. TikTok's kind of been shadow banning me because I haven't been on every single day, it seems like. So do me a favor, tap the screen. Let me share this real quick. TikTok's kind of been shadow banning me because I haven't been on every single day, it seems like. So do me a favor, tap the screen. Let me share this real quick. I forgot I had a session downstairs yesterday, so I moved her. That's alright. What's up, Kai? Welcome in. Welcome to your Alchemical Wednesday live stream. I'm just gonna give it a minute for a few more people can come in. Hopefully, TikTok will lift my little band. The energy will expand. I am going to do, I haven't decided what I'm gonna do yet, actually. So I just had a beautiful activation by the sun, and you guys, have you guys ever like just sat in the sun's light, like even through a window? It's winter time, I know, but anytime we're around one of the four corners, which I wanted to talk a little bit about the medicine wheel or the Celtic circle, the energy of the cycle and the all. But back to the sun real quick before I get ahead of myself. Literally, you can see like, okay, so it's interesting. I'm just trying to think of the process. So yeah, so usually what I'll do is I'll go and I'll face the sun, and I'll close my eyes and just connect with the sun's energy. And then you might see like different colors that begin to emerge. And then I find that if you pull in gratitude, it seems to go all white, like you're being flooded with light. And if you can get to that space of just allowance while still receiving, it's a place of receptivity. If you can get to that place, it's just beautiful. You'll begin to see the sacred geometry flood you. And this is what just happened. And I always like to connect this to the sun in this way around the four, especially around the four corners, which we're going to talk about in a second, the four directions, which is also like the solstice and the equinox, the four main celebrations that they did back in the day. I love the universe too. You guys, like, just the most beautiful freaking activations have been coming through. Like, I want to literally cry, like, even just thinking about it. So yeah, 10 out of 10, highly recommend connecting with the sun. And I am connected with Lyria too, girl. I see lions all the time in meditation. Lions, and I've seen an iguana once. Like, he was just chilling in this bowl of water, looking at me. It was kind of weird. So I don't know if that's like some reptilian shit or like literally what that was. But the iguana, I know, is like changed, able to like adjust and adapt Yeah, so I do these little posts on Facebook in the morning. So I'll just, like when I'm doing my yoga, I'll like just connect in on an affirmation for the collective. And then I'll look in my calendar, which I don't know what I did with it, but it's like a witchy, it's from Llewellyn. No, that's gonna bug me because it should be like right here, but the color today the color today was yellow, so I'm like, oh. And so the affirmation today was, I deserve to be loved and respected. And so it just made sense that citrine would be the crystal of the day. So I talk a little bit about the crystals. If you guys aren't following me over on Facebook, make sure that you do. It's Devin Davidson. Yeah, because I like to kind of like post in many different spots. So I have like my Wednesday alchemy for today for TikTok, and that's mainly for my subscribers, but just because I love alchemy, and I found this is a fun place to share my experiences, and it's completely intuitive. Like whatever happens to come up, we'll talk about it. And this week it's been the medicine wheel again, because I've actually been guided to the medicine wheel many times, and well, it's called different things. It's called the Celtic Wheel of the Year as well. The first activation I had with the medicine wheel, or the wheel, I had been seeing or noticing in the sky a lot of really unusual things. For example, like the stars, when I zoomed in on them, I could see different, it was like plasma shapes, right? Isn't that a cool little filter? I could see, one time I saw a dartboard. It looked like a circle with another circle. Another time I saw the directions with the circle around it, and this is what began my journey with the circle of the year. And really what it is it's the realization of the connection of all things and its aspect, or what energy it derives from, right? So I had some notes. I just want to bust them out. Because it's an easy concept, but there's so much to it. It's so multidimensional. It's really beautiful. And at first I wasn't sure even what I was. Oh, I forgot the whole big story. Oh my god, I'm such a space kidder. No, I'm not. Coming back. Okay, so I was seeing the stars, but I was also seeing other things in the sky. I was, I have so many stories, but the one that I want to talk about is the clouds. And if you're familiar with Ezekiel's wheel from the Bible, it's actually, he talks about, I'm just going to read it actually real quick. It's just a really, and it's connected to the medicine wheel. It's connected to the thing I'm about to talk about. I'm sure she probably is. We're all empathetic. I mean, we all have the ability. It's just a matter of how tuned in we are to it. I mean, that's not all, obviously, but yeah, if it's coming up, I'd imagine she probably is an empath. All right, Ezekiel's. So what I saw in the clouds, you guys, was, and I've also seen the burning bush in the clouds. So I have a feeling like a lot of the things that they were talking about in the Bible, they were seeing in the clouds above. I mean, at least that I could see how that could easily have been something, like with my experiences that I've been shown. So here's a picture of what I'm talking about. Okay, and if you see over here, there's these 4 beings, and they each stand for a zodiac sign. We got, let me just read what the description was. It says, wherever the spirit would go, they would go, and the wheels would rise along with them, because the spirit of living creature was in the wheels. When the creatures moved, they also moved. When the creatures stood still, they also stood still. And when the creatures arose from the ground, the wheels rose along with them, because the spirit of the living creatures was in the wheels. This is Ezekiel 1:20. So the Bible story of Ezekiel's wheel, and by the way, I'm not Christian. I'm spiritual. I don't belong to any one religion, but I like to study them all. I think there was a lot of divine happenings that happened, and we live in this very multi-dimensional space. So there's many different meanings that you can grasp from these very profound teachings. And there's also been some manipulation along the way, because humans created it, right? But we're literally channels, we're vessels for God. And so the Bible story of Ezekiel's wheel, I wasn't planning on doing this, but it's completely just going with the flow, you guys. So I hope you enjoy hearing about this, because this is really, really exciting, like very divine. These are, like, I just like sharing some of the things that I've been shown, so maybe it could help you guys too, or maybe like inspire you to go do some research on these things, because they're really cool. All right, so the Bible story of Ezekiel's wheel features a vision of 4 wheels that illustrate the spiritual, divine, and essence of God and his omnipresence in our reality. This story is predominantly found in the first chapter of the book of Ezekiel as part of his inaugural vision. God approaches Ezekiel as the divine warrior. I have goosebumps, you guys, by the way. Thank you for the follow. Okay, I lost my... God approaches Ezekiel as the divine warrior, riding in his battle chariot. And it's interesting how these pictures have carried on as well into the tarot. The chariot is drawn by 4 living creatures, each having 4 faces. Okay, this is what I saw in the clouds, you guys. I literally freaking thought that Jesus was about to like drop in from a spaceship or some shit. Like, that was my thought when I saw it. It was just so divine and so out of this world. But this gray patch, and I don't know what it was, but it was beautiful, and it was absolutely perfect. And okay, so in the clouds above me, I saw what he's about to describe appear in the clouds. Okay, I didn't catch this one on tape, but I did catch a dragon about that same time. It's really, really dope. It like forms into this like holographic picture. I video recorded it. It's on my YouTube. Okay. So God approaches Ezekiel as a divine warrior, riding in his battle chariot. The chariot's drawn by 4 living creatures, each having 4 faces, those of a man, a lion, an ox, and an eagle. Okay, and each one of these represents the so it's Leo, it's the cross. Hold on, let me see. I don't want to fuck it up. I think it's Aquarius. Yeah, Aquarius would be the man, right? The water bearer. Then lion would be Leo, and then the ox, Aries, and across from Aries is Libra. Wait, is that right? An ox and an eagle. I could see how Libra could be the eagle because it's the wave, right? If you look at the glyph, it looks like a wave, which could also be an eagle. And 4 wings. Beside each living creature is a wheel within a wheel with a tail and awesome rims full of eyes all around. So to me, this looked like a ring. It looked like, it's so hard to describe. It looked like rings within rings, like a Merkaba. right? That's the best way I could describe what I saw. And then on each side, these different creatures' heads formed. Anyway, so this was my first experience with the medicine wheel, or the teachings of the circle of the year, whatever you want to call it, because they're very similar. And it's interesting how different cultures came up with very similar knowledge from all over the world, right? So this is divine knowledge, you guys. Hold on, I got cotton mouth. Thank you guys for tapping the screen, for sharing the video out. Make sure you're following me. I mean, if you like this type of shit, anyway. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys have had any experiences with the wheel, I'm curious. So it looks like the direction sign with a circle around it. All right, so we have the 4 directions, right? North would be where we're at right now, winter time. And this is the energy that inspires us. If you think of, and it's inspired by like a bear, right? If you think of the bear going into hibernation, it's cold outside. And so where do you go when it's cold outside? You go inside, right? So this is energy of like going deep within yourself right now. And I believe that in practicing these with the cycles of nature, with Gaia, it's the micro within the macro, and we can be in flow by invoking or going with the flow. Does that make sense? We get into this state of divine perfection, and we're able to manifest. We're able to create the life that we want to create when we're in the flow. Okay, so winter time is north. It's about going deep within yourself. It's about like looking at, who am I, right? It's what am I here to do? It's your soul purpose energy, right? It's the essence of who we want to be. It's subconscious. This is the spiritual body. They all have a different body attached to them, and the north is the spiritual body. And we enter the north twice in our life, actually, in the beginning and in the end. Okay, and so during birth, beginning of life, and then towards end of life. Okay, so there's many different cycles within this cycle. This is the time of day is 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. Okay, so it's divided in 4, and then it cycles within cycles. And so it's really interesting. That's what I saw in the sky, because if I could draw it, it would be like a circle within a circle, kind of like that sacred flower of life pattern. Okay. Each direction also works with a certain chakra, energy center. The third eye is the winter time. So you guys, a really good time to meditate, really good time to go within. It's a really good time to quiet your mind and ask yourself those deeper questions of purpose. Okay. Going inwards is winter time. It's the reflection of where the soul's headed. Okay, in this lifetime. And then once you get towards end of life, then you start reflecting more on like, where's this soul headed for the next life? Perhaps, if that's your belief. And it's also associated with nighttime and with sacred purpose. And the spirit guides, and different, like I said, different traditions, different cultures recognize different spirit animals. They're not all the same, right? But there's certain characteristics that are very, very similar. It's for example, the seasons stay the same, right? The animals might change, things like that. And then we have the east. Okay, so the up and down line on the wheel of the year, the up and down is the feminine. So winter, and I mean north and south is feminine energy. So it's energies of going within, and then the east to west is the masculine principles. Okay, so we did winter, north. Now we're going to talk a little bit about east. East is, it would be, I didn't even write the time, but it'd be 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. till noon. And it's spring, so it's the energy of like planting seeds. And if you think of this in a metaphoric way, it's the ideas that we're planning, that we're putting out there so that we can water them come summer and then harvest them come fall. Okay. So east is when we plant new ideas. Right now, the north we're in, it's this energy of looking at what we'd like to get rid of. What winter time is when things die. What things need to end so that come springtime, I can have new ideas, right? So I'll be starting with a fresh slate come springtime. Does that make sense? Springtime is associated with the air. It's your self-esteem. Okay, so you're looking also at perhaps like things of like feeling proud of a new cycle in the East, right? Because it's a new beginning. There's think of Easter and new ideas, new beginnings. It's also a chakra. That's probably why my throat started itching. I almost passed up that one. And then we've got the south, which is going down, right? And that's summertime. The south is associated with water energy. So water is the emotions. Okay, it's associated with summertime. I don't know if I said that, but water is about flow, right? It's about going with the flow. Hey, Susan, welcome in, guys. We're just talking about the medicine wheel or the wheel of the year. Yeah, it's something that's been coming up for me. It usually comes up once a year, it seems like, since I've had my spiritual awakening. So for those that are like meditating, I'm sure you've seen similar, like the divine will give you signs, symbols, and one thing that I'm learning now more is the integration, to pay attention to what the divine is showing you. Pay attention to, you know, if you receive a sign or some wisdom or a symbol, look deeper into it. Okay, because like for me, I had all the keys for a long time, but I hadn't like integrated them. I hadn't like put them together. Coming back. So this would be young adulthood, right? The spring would be childhood, right? So south would be young adulthood. It's 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. It's summertime. This is about when your ideas become manifest. It's this energy of passion and vitality and creativity. It's also associated with sensitivity since it's water energy. And this is when you need to water your seeds, water your plants, water your ideas or whatever it is that you're wanting to manifest. Okay. It's so associated with the sacral chakra. And it's really about your intuition at this time of year, like listening to your inner voice. It's fueled by your worth and a love of self. And that's probably the most important aspect here or thing to be noted, is that you must love yourself in order for this to come full circle. Okay. You must have self-love, because you must be able to listen and honor yourself and not be fighting against yourself. Okay, does that make sense? Hey, soul sister. So the animals associated with this would be the dolphin, the frog, the salmon. These are what's called the gatekeepers. And so they're used to expand other energies. So again, when you're giving signs, if you dream about a certain animal, or just an animal like comes in, like for me today and yesterday, crows have been very significant. Crows and blue jays, actually. I had 3 crows out on my in my yard today, and they let me drive like right up to them. I just sat out there with them, honoring them. But 2s and 3s have been very significant. 2s speak to polarities. 3s, the mind, body, and soul, the Trinity, the connection within. All right, we're almost through this, and then we'll pull some cards. Let me know if you guys are enjoying this topic. This is like something just, I think that should be, everybody should practice this knowledge, because like I said, there's so much healing literally that can be done when you work with the wheel of the year, when you work with the sacred, the divine, whatever you want to call it, right? The cycles of nature. Because if you think about it, God is creating these cycles of nature, right? So when you're close to what God's creating for us, you're close to God. It sucks that they literally have taken us away from connecting with nature and connecting with the brilliance of what God has made for us. Don't you think? Like it saddens me that there's actually been people out of greed and pride or ego, that would say these type of things are bad, and I think that we're coming out of that energy. I think that we are the divine. I think we dropped ourselves into forgetfulness on purpose, and so that we could have all of these experiences, and now we're coming into this beautiful cycle of remembrance, of revelations, of remembering who we are and what we did, and what the whole fucking thing was about. Excuse my French. It's so beautiful. That resonates. I had 2 birds of prey fly towards me and then go land nearby. So crows actually represent, and that's another thing that's been manipulated, right? They've taken all of the divine's actual wisdom and beauty and inverted it. Pisses me off. The crows, right, are like, they made them out to be like, I mean, and it depends what culture, again, like every culture, but if the crows actually represent psychic freedom and wisdom and intelligence. Crows are very intelligent. But yeah, just another beautiful example of how the light is taking its power back. Like, we're coming into remembrance. We're realizing, because it's common sense. Like, you can actually think about what that symbol means, right? Versus what they're saying it means, right? Or, and also on the flip side of that, you can make it to mean which way you want it to mean, whatever your beliefs lie in. So, oh, that's a rabbit hole. Coming back to the year, or to the circle, the wheel. Lastly, definitely not least, we have West. And I'm probably in between South and West right now in my, because West would be later adulthood. I feel like I'm not ready for that yet. But I'm definitely, I am though at the same time. So it's later adulthood. It's 6 p.m. to 12 p.m. in the West. Again, that's the masculine line. And so this is where we reflect on gratitude, right? This is when it's rebirth energy. It's energy of transformation. It's associated with the physical body, your physical space, the things that you have, your material, right? It's earth. And this is when we might look at our ideas or our goals, our plans, and our relationships even, and then change what needs. We pluck the fruits and we weed, right? We clear. And then this is associated with the solar plexus, so that's our power. It's our center of. This is like perfect color for solar plexus. I feel like it's like Thanksgiving, Halloween, the veil. And so these periods, right? So this would be Christmas time or winter solstice, Easter time, equinox. It's south would be the summer solstice, right? The west, I was trying to blink there for a minute, and the west would be Halloween time, right? And so these types of the year are when the veil is very thin. And when, you know, like I was talking about, like connecting with the sun, like it seems like, so I've been like going hard on meditation since 2017, since I had my spiritual awakening. But it seems those 4 times of the year, it's just like the energy like kicks in hardcore. It's like the ebb and flow, right? So it gets, the energy kind of goes down, 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 and then spikes up. And that's when you'll notice maybe you're tired certain times of the year, and then you have a lot of energy, a lot of motivation other times. So like I said, it's so multi-dimensional. Like literally we could talk for days, and I might, like, I have been like just feeling really guided to this many times. So I might like actually make like a little series or something out of this, because there's just, if you think of, it encompasses everything, honestly. Let's see, did I miss anything? So yeah, it's about your sacred space in the West. The autumn, it might want, you might want to like feel guided to like clear out your space, or and I always, for every holiday, I like will clear the space, redecorate. So that's like my big like decoration dates. I always make around these 4 days. And then I have some other ones too, because there's actually 8, right? There's actually 8, like southeast, southwest. All right, let's see. I think it's the fuel that feeds you. It's about your boundaries as well. It's about forgiveness, about gratitude, rebirth. This is when things get, it's it's very mythical. Halloween, you know, the spooky stuff comes out. And these are the gatekeepers for this one would be the phoenix, the snake, and the wolf. So both the phoenix and the snake, they both transform. They both, like the snake sheds its skin and becomes new, and the phoenix rebirth. It burns to ashes and then comes back like 10 times more beautiful. And then the wolf is a tribe, right? It's a reminder of family and protection. Hey guys, welcome in. All right, so we're gonna pull some cards. I think we're gonna go with the Elemental Oracle today. You guys, if you're into tarot, she's definitely one of my favorite, like top 2 tarot creators. Stacey DeMarco. The Queen of the Oracle is my favorite deck that I own. Well, I love a lot of them. Hi, Brittany. What's up, Nasaya? Nasia? Oh, it's one of those, hopefully. Alright, so if you'd like to connect in, I'm just going to do a collective reading. Just go ahead and tap the screen if you'd like to connect in with this reading, receive a message. Just connecting in with my guides, angels, and ancestors. Bring about the clearest message for the collective. Messages or insights for the collective. You guys! We got West. On what? One of the 4 directions just popped out when we're just talking about the directions. All right, so West is the one we were just talking about last. So it's completion. Number 4 creates stability. Yeah, so if you think about it, the west is the final completion zone, because we re-enter north twice. So once you've gotten through west, you've made the complete circle, and then you return north. And it looks like there's this brain they're putting this puzzle piece into the brain. You could be receiving some big activations, some cosmic upgrades, cosmic activations. It looks very cosmic, very galactic. Some of you guys could be like literally connecting with some of your galactic guides. Yeah, it's just like I feel this is like an integration, and I've been feeling this energy for a while of like a huge completion. It's like I feel like many of the collective have learned all that they need to learn in a certain area, and now it's like this graduation type energy almost. It's yeah. I'm seeing this as like new light codes coming in, new activations. And I don't think many are going to be going backwards. You know, sometimes it'll be like take 2 steps forward, a step backwards, but I don't see that in this energy. I see this as an actual completion where you take a step forward, if that makes sense. On the bottom, we've got magneticism. Number 37 breaks down to a 10, which is completion. And look at more very galactic, cosmic type energies coming through. You guys, I feel like are really learning how to use your power, how to use the law of attraction, like how to work with the universe. That's the vibe I'm getting. It's like, and there's a clearing here as well. We got 33 and 6. 33 is a master number. 3s, again, it's the mind, body, and soul. And 3s were pulling in hard even before I started the video, so this doesn't surprise me. Purity is about letting go of the things that have been holding you back, right? It's this clearing out, and we're in winter now. This is north energy, right? So this is literally the energy that we are completing. We are completing this cycle where we're literally purifying ourselves on many different levels. Relationships, addictions, habits, like ancestral type shit has been coming through to be cleared as well. Many are doing like deep ass ancestral healing. It's so beautiful. And then we got the sun, and you guys, Rose, you feel targeted. That must be a good thing, because there's beautiful activation. I don't know what I said, but you guys, the sun is literally our source of energy on this planet, right? If you watch my work, you know that to me, the strength card is like representative of God. It's because it's associated with Leo. Leo is ruled by the sun, and the sun is, without the sun, I don't think we'd be here. Trying to quit smoking and energy drinks while it seems like everything else is falling apart. Girl, that's your intuition telling you something. Listen to it so you can level up. If you need some help quitting, I do hypnotherapy. Message me and we will get the ball rolling, girl. It's really what it is. I'm going to share it just between me and you. You have to grow hatred towards it. That's what it is. You for anything that you don't want in your life anymore, you just have to learn to hate it. So you can use the darkness in your favor. So 3 and 3 actually equals 6. So this is another completion, right? This is new light codes. I feel like this is new light codes that come in after this completion, after letting go of whatever this is, that, and it's different for everybody. We're all being guided to let go of something that we know we don't need anymore. That's not helping us in our life. And we know now that what we focus on is what expands. So here's the thing, Brittany. You're going to drive yourself crazy until you actually do quit smoking. So you might as well just give it up. You know what I mean? Like, because now you're bothered. And once you're bothered, either you're going to continue to fight yourself on it, or you're going to give it up and you're going to level up. Okay. What a beautiful reading. Let's get some tarot. I'm so in love with these energies that are coming through, you guys. Definitely trying. That's not the struggle. Relationships the problem. No, that's the same thing. It's literally the same thing. If you're in toxic relationships, then that's my shit right now too. Or I shouldn't say that's my shit. My ex trying to come back. Actually, 2 exes trying to come back. I'm like, dude, you didn't see my light before. Now you see me shining. You think I want any of that toxic ass shit back in my life? No, thank you. No, absolutely not. Because, you know, even if there was like a small thought, it was like the universe showed me, like it seemed like this was a collective theme where they'll show you exactly why. And if you fight yourself on that shit, then you're asking for dis-ease, disharmony, right? You can't fight yourself. If your intuition's telling you something, literally, this is my opinion, but if you fight yourself on it and you know you shouldn't go in that direction, you go in that direction anyway. That's what causes dis-ease. Dis-ease. I think we cause our own illness. But that also means you can turn it around. How do you think people have spontaneous healing? Because they stop fighting themselves. They let go and they let God. At the Queen of Cups, God's within and it's you. And when you fight that inner knowing, that power that knows, that part of you that heals, when you don't know how you're healing, it's that higher part of you, the divine part, the part that wants to perfect you is how I like to look at it. It's the part of you that, because it's your soul's purpose. And this is just my opinion, of course, but that's how I see it. Like, once I stopped fighting myself, my life got so much easier. So much easier. You are the one that has to put all the work for it. But you're also the one that's going to receive the benefits. How you like them apples? We got the Star card out here. Somebody could have some lack of faith in themselves. This could be some self. That's what we're talking about. When you're fighting yourself, this is literally, you guys, you can't make this shit up. The Star card is exactly what we were just talking about. The Star is trusting yourself, trusting your intuition, trusting in the God's grace within you. And in reverse, it's like, if you're not listening, this is what causes, it's the disconnection. You're fighting yourself. You're fighting the divine part of you that wants more, that wants better for you. Stop fighting yourself, girl. Trust. And you know what really sucks, especially if you're like in the relationship, is like, especially if you live with the person or you got kids with the person, trust me, I know, I've been there, is you think, how the fuck am I going to do this by myself? Like, how am I going to? But it's so interesting what happens when you start trusting into your intuition. And you could just ask, like, God, open up a direction for me. Open up a path for me. You deepen that connection to God within, and things open up every time. So I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying you got to trust yourself. You have to trust in your intuition. You have to trust in what you know, because you have that intuition for a reason. And if it's like the universe is always trying to give us exactly what we think we deserve. And when we cap out at a certain ceiling, and if it's not higher, if we could go much higher, there's that knowing that we could go much higher. But if we don't believe it, the universe says, oh, that's all they think they deserve, that's all we're going to give them. But then once you open that up and you say, no, I deserve more, I deserve better than that, then the universe says, oh, shit, they deserve more. Well, let's give them more. So interesting, so beautiful. It's absolutely divine, but you have to trust in yourself. Where your attention goes, energy flows. Any more messages for the collective? I think that was it. On the bottom, it's my meditation card. It's time to go within. It's time for some sounds like for some it's some reevaluation. For others, it's huge activations, and I think it's coming from both. But it's through this connection with your higher self, your higher aspects, God within, that these light codes are coming in. So make sure you guys are inviting in, these codes. How do you do it? Well, universe, I'm ready. Let's go. I'm ready to level up. I'm ready. Bring it. All right. I am ready. You guys, should we light a candle? Should we do a little candle magic? You're so welcome. I'm going to pull some cards if anybody wants some in just a minute. Let's set some intentions to burn with. And I picked this color because it, to me, was just so etherical. So, and violet is the color of healing. Reminds me of Archangel Michael. So let's invoke Archangel Michael. Let's write Archangel Michael down. Archangel Michael is a powerful healer with his violet light. Is also a protector. So anytime anyone's dealing with like any type of attachments, call on Archangel Michael. Any kind of like feelings of like being cursed, shit like that, call on Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael helped me to get off drugs, actually. Well, one of them. I was on a bunch of shit. But so this was a weird story. I was like all fucked up one night, tweaking shit years ago, but and there's a lightning storm, and I swear, I don't know how high I was, but in my head, I could see Archangel Michael outside with a freaking sword, like battling my demons for me. And it was so weird, so interesting, but I got this knowing within me that night that if I quit with this bullshit that I was doing, that I could just soar, right? And so I made a promise to myself that night with Archangel Michael, and I ended up throwing all my shit in the toilet, and that was the end of that. No, I relapsed one time, like a week later. I bought like a 20 bag. I don't know if I'm even supposed to be talking about this on here. Oh my god. But I'm clean now. I mean, I'm not. I drew an hatred in for the stuff, but I made a promise. I relapsed one time. I did one little bump, and I felt so guilty. I ended up flushing that bag too. Like, this extreme wave of guilt flooded over me, and I just couldn't even do it. I felt horrible. So that's my story and my healing that came through Archangel Michael. Perhaps you want to invoke your own, quest for Archangel Michael. Ask him to help you with whatever it is that you're needing help right now, perhaps. You don't have to do anything. It's completely about your intention and your energy. You can magic, there's no have tos. It's all about the power that you're putting out from within. It's just about creating little rituals to set that energy into motion, into the physical reality. Okay. But if that's what you like to do, then do it. If that's what you feel called to do, absolutely that's what you should do. All right. What else should we write on it? So this will be the violet healing. Let's just say light codes to life purpose. Ooh, life purpose and protection. Okay, we'll do that too. Life purpose to life purpose. Ooh, life purpose and protection. Okay, we'll do that too. Life purpose. Switch phones in a minute. Because usually once that thing comes up, then it starts coming up like every freaking couple minutes. Protection. So just picture, imagine, or visualize. Maybe you want to pull in like a time when you felt very safe, very protected, or maybe you just want to invoke the energy of being protected, call on your guides, your angels to surround you, to fill the room. And you might notice a change in sensation, a little pressure perhaps as they fill up your space. And you can ask them to just put their hands on you to raise your vibration. And if there's any clarity that you're needing at this time, you could ask. Ask for that specific thing, that specific question. And just ask that you really feel their presence as they surround you and embrace you and open up your heart space, setting you on this path of knowingness, of life purpose and alignment. With gratitude, we say thank you. And just allow them to be wherever you're comfortable with them being for the rest of this little ceremony. With gratitude. Put this where you guys can see it, but where I won't knock it over. Oh shit, I don't know if you're even gonna be able. There we go. Alright. It's been lit. It's lit, yo. What's up, Damien? Does anybody want some cards? I might have to switcheroo. Do this switcheroo. Oh my god, coffee is freaking divine. Alright. I'm gonna end this out because I feel like I'm kind of being shadow banned a little bit. So, Brittany, follow me over there. My phone's about to die, so I'm gonna switch phones. I'll see you over at I'm gonna start it right away. I'll see you there.